Nate, what are we flying today?
This is the Tower Hobbies Cessna 400, and it turns out it's pleasantly surprising. I love this plane. It is now my favorite plane for under $200. We've got a scale 1.1 meter airplane that flies on my favorite size battery. I actually recommend a 1300 milliamp, but I just went right for the 22, even on the maiden flight. And it does say, I found in one spot, I think on the website, that it can handle anywhere between a 1300 milliamp to a 2200, but they really strongly encourage that 1300. Now I got, well, we were in the air for about 12 minutes between, you know, chase shots and things, Abby. We got a really, really long flight, and I could have flown even longer on our first flight. Now we're putting a fresh battery in, and I want to show you guys why I think this is the best airplane you can get of the year, probably going into 2025 too, for under $200, well under, as a matter of fact. We even have lights on this plane. We have nav lights, landing light here, we have ailerons, flaps. These are plastic hinged flaps. They're not just foam hinged, which is really nice. A steerable nose wheel, and it's really scale looking and durable. It's holding up well, it's landing really well. Elevator, rudder, nice beautiful chrome spinner. I don't know if I said that. There's just a lot to love here on this airplane, and it's kind of crazy that we're getting so much for so little. And that's the beauty of Tower Hobbies, and I'd love to see them make a strong comeback. In my opinion, of the last few things they have released, this is by far the best, and I'd love to see people support them, pick one of these up, and we might see more airplanes in this size and price point come out, because this is just where the fun is. You're not worried while you're flying, you're not shaking, because it's under $200 and it's easy to repair, and there's a yellow jacket, so let's fly. Before we fly, I've got some insane news about the airplane in this video, the Tower Hobbies Cessna. Now, first and foremost, if you're gonna buy it, click our link. Huge favor. We get a couple bucks credit. It doesn't cost you anything extra, and trust me, it's going to be worth it when I tell you that in this video we basically say it's an amazing airplane, because it is. And when we recorded this a while ago, we saved it as a backup video in case we had sick days like we have now. Abby and I and the kids are all not feeling well, but the point is then, and you'll hear me mention it in this video, it was $180, which I still think is an insanely good price for this airplane. It's under $200 for a plug and play. You'll hear me go on and on in this video. So I checked to see if it was in stock before editing this video, and I was like, there's something wrong. Something has to be broken on the website. That can't be right. Is that the right airplane? I triple checked because it's on sale for $130. If you don't buy one of these for $130, just get out of the hobby. It's an amazing airplane. It's an insane deal. $180, I still think it's worth it, but $130 plug and play to your door, mind blown. And it might even be cheaper if you're signed up for those Tower Hobbies programs and stuff. So what you got to do is turn off your ad blocker, turn off those plugins like honey, then click the link and go buy it fast, because I promise by the time this weekend is over, it's going to be out of stock. It's an insane, that's the best deal you'll see on 2025. There's nothing that will be better than that. It's an amazing airplane. Let's go fly. For you, B. This is like one of those airplanes that you find on Facebook Marketplace for 180 bucks, and you brag to your buddies and they're like, man, Ma, where'd you find that plane? And you're like, some idiot didn't know what he had and he sold it to me for nothing. And they're like, oh, that's the find of the year. But this is a plane we can all find and buy for 180. And that's crazy. That's crazy. Whoops, those stripes. Look at it. It's wet, so it's not slipping. Let's just go for it. This thing is a rocket when you hit full throttle. That climb out right there was about 75% throttle. And if you missed our maiden flight, I'm flying on 25% aileron expo, 25 elevator, and 20 rudder. What a beautiful brushless little scale plane. And again, that price point is enough to write home about. It is a really sweet price point. We didn't even give it a clean loop on that maiden flight, so let's go for it. That was okay.
Sorry.
That's all right. Always checking to see if anyone's pulling up behind us. Now, of course, this weather hasn't been very cooperative. We're getting a little bit of wind. We're fighting some off and on rain. So on a beautiful calm day, this plane would shine even more. I told Abby, I said, let's do this airplane, and you know, if I don't if I don't love it, I'll do a video of it and maybe we'll pass it on to a friend. What's going to happen is this plane's coming home with us, and I've got the very challenging job now of finding a plane I
You're
like
like
less than this one.
a lot of planes past your maximum capacity right now.
I am. I'm a good 10 past max.
So always know if you don't see us filming inside, it's because Nate is past his maximum
I
capacity.
need some room to maneuver. Okay, so I got to pick a plane that's going to go, and this one stays, and that's the honest truth. I intended before I ever flew this to possibly only keep it for a couple flights, but that is not happening. This one's sticking around, and I hope that resonates with you guys, because that means something that I have decided I love in the past has to go. I don't know what it'll be yet, but this plane has, as I said, hinged flaps. So let's go ahead and show you a full flap pass after we get about halfway through this bank. I'll kick them on, a little rudder input there. Full flaps are on, no jarring ballooning. You saw a little jump there, but that's because I was going so fast. Oh, that's really, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Cessna. That was embarrassing. We'll try that again. Yeah, but the flaps are awesome, and we don't have to worry about them wearing out because they're made really.
Let's all forget that happened and try again.
Let's just, everyone fast forwarded past that section because power of YouTube, and let's do it with no flaps this time. Just see if I can clean it up. So we'll touch and go. We'll take it. We'll climb out like the rocket that it is. I was worried that it might be a little too heavy with that 2200, but it's actually perfect. And you saw the climb out. I don't think you're going to get much more performance out of a smaller battery on this. So most people have 2200s, less people have 1300s. I would just say you're safe to fly on a 22. It doesn't feel bad. I didn't have to trim it up badly. It needed about 8 clicks of trim for me, but that could have just been a visual. I could have twisted my push rod clevis out a little bit more and, you know, resolved that trim, but it looked good and level on the ground. That's okay. That's why we have trim on our radios. What a pretty plane. It really is. I want all of our viewers to go to Tower Hobbies and
was getting attacked.
Well, we might not be here much longer. Yeah,
maybe it's my hair. I don't know.
That's your hair. I don't see it. I don't hear it. I want literally, like, everybody that watches this video that cares about. Oh no, I hear it. It's the yellow jacket's bugging us. Okay, we're probably gonna land. But I want everybody to tell Tower Hobbies how awesome this plane is, and you want to see more planes in this size, price point, performance, because it's awesome. This is what we've needed. You know, the Seawind was cool. I like it a lot because it's unique. The Beaver was, it's okay, but could have been a little better. This is amazing, and I want to see so much more of this from Tower Hobbies. So much more. I just felt a drop of rain too, so actually this is like perfect timing to end this video. Steerable nose wheel, nav lights, landing light, it's all there. It's all linked in the description box below. This bee is after us, and actually we just heard thunder rolling in, so we're done flying. Too many distractions, and that's the safe thing to do. So speaking of safety, we want to encourage you guys to fly as safely as you possibly can. That doesn't mean you can't go fly at the park. That doesn't mean you can't go fly at a full-scale runway. But you have to have permission if you're going to fly at a full-scale runway. You gotta know, at least, if you're bugging people or whatever at a park, and they gotta be understanding of you too if you're flying a park flyer. In a lot of ways, if you have any questions about this stuff, you can always ask us and we'll do our best to help you. But the best thing you can do is sign up for AMA, and then you can literally pick up the phone and call an actual human and ask them questions. And I did that when we started flying here. You know, I had permission from the board and everybody here, but I knew what to do to fly safely, but I wanted to know from AMA themselves, is this something I can do? Yes, hundreds of airports across the country do this, if not thousands, but you gotta have your ducks in a row first. And there are some extra steps that we take to fly here, and AMA is the best way to find out what those steps are. So they'll be linked in the description box below where we have this airplane. This is a home run, guys. If you're sleeping on this for any reason, pick one up and take it to the field and just have fun with it, because there's not a lot of airplanes in the world now that are under $200. There's some, but not a lot that perform like this and look like this and are going to give you just worry-free flights. And that's my kind of favorite way to fly. I've flown multiple $1,000 aircraft before. I've owned multiple $1,000 aircraft before, and man, those things, they just leave you shaking when you're flying. And sometimes if you get in the $100 price range, it's going to come with problems, right? This is a nice airplane, a really nice airplane under $200 that's not riddled with problems. In fact, it's a great airplane, and I really want to see more of these types of planes from Tower Hobbies. Guys, I want to say a massive thanks to God for blessing us with this. I'm going to just call it a beautiful day because that's what it is. It's overcast, but it's a beautiful day, and the opportunity to share this experience with you guys, but for life in general, I'm so grateful. Also, a huge thanks to our Patreon supporters because we couldn't do what we do as often as we do without your insanely awesome support. Please consider signing up for Patreon. If you missed our maiden flight of this, you gotta watch it. We got some cool extra shots in there that I'd love for you to see. So that video will be popping up right about now. Thanks for watching. See you there.
Bye.